Why do those who are destined for a higher calling often struggle the most with lust? It's a challenge that few are willing to openly discuss, yet it is more widespread than many realize. The reasons behind it are more astonishing than you might think. If you're feeling overwhelmed by this quiet battle, know that you're not alone. In fact, there's a biblical explanation for it. Let's explore the truth behind this hidden struggle. Throughout the Bible, many of the most anointed individuals faced intense temptations. Take King David, a man after God's own heart, who fell victim to lust with Bathsheba. Or consider Samson, whose strength and divine purpose were overshadowed by his weakness for Delilah. Even today, those chosen by God are not immune to this challenge. But why does lust seem to specifically target those destined for greatness? It's not just about human frailty, it's a spiritual battle, and the enemy knows exactly who to go after. The Bible is clear that spiritual warfare is very real. As it says in Ephesians 6:12, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places." Lust is not merely a physical temptation. It is a spiritual assault specifically aimed at those with a divine calling. The enemy understands that if he can corrupt the purity of a chosen individual, he can derail God's purpose for their life. But why does this struggle feel so intense? Here are 5 shocking reasons. Spiritual sensitivity strengthens temptation. Those who are spiritually gifted often possess a heightened awareness of not only God's presence, but also the enemy's tactics. Lust is a powerful weapon the enemy uses to distract and weaken those with divine purposes. Chosen ones often experience stronger temptations because the enemy knows that if he can entrap them in lust, he can slow down or even halt their spiritual progress. Isolation leads to hidden struggles. Those chosen for a greater purpose are often set apart, walking a path that few others understand. While this solitude can be a blessing, it also creates a dangerous vulnerability. Without strong accountability or deep spiritual connections, lust can become a private battle. The secrecy surrounding this struggle makes it more difficult to overcome, often causing many to suffer in silence. Higher calling attracts greater warfare. The higher the calling, the stronger the spiritual attacks. Lust is not just a human weakness. It is a spiritual weapon used to keep chosen individuals distracted, drained, and distant from God. Many great leaders, prophets, and spiritual warriors have fallen because they underestimated the power of this battle. The enemy uses lust as a constant snare, understanding that even the strongest can be brought down by their flesh. Emotional wounds create open doors. Many chosen ones carry deep emotional wounds: rejection, abandonment, and past heartbreak. These unhealed scars can serve as open doors for lust. When someone is emotionally vulnerable, the enemy offers lust as a false source of comfort, a counterfeit connection that temporarily fills the void. Without inner healing, lust becomes a coping mechanism, leading to a vicious cycle of sin and shame. Strong gifts come with a weak flesh. While many chosen individuals have powerful spiritual gifts, they are still human, and their flesh remains weak. Without consistent spiritual discipline, prayer, fasting, and renewing the mind, the battle against lust intensifies. The greater the anointing, the greater the need for self-control. If they don't actively strengthen their spirit, they may easily fall into patterns of lustful thoughts and actions. Lust is a battle that many chosen individuals face in secret. However, victory is possible through spiritual discipline, accountability, and healing. By embracing these, they can overcome the struggle and continue walking in their divine purpose. The enemy's goal is to keep them trapped, but God's power is always greater. The real question is, will they fight or will they fall?